Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be installing the Mazda RX-7 FC thermal switch on our FD model. Now if you don't know why I am doing this, the FD has a thermal switch that looks just like this and it activates the fan at a certain temperature. Now on the FD there is actually 3 settings for the cooling fan. And whenever it turns on, it sets it at a certain setting with the FD OEM thermal sensor. Now, when you install the FC thermal sensor, it actually activates the fan at a higher speed so that it actually stays a little bit cooler. Now, when it comes to the FC thermal switch, it's gonna be the same temperature trigger, but the fan speed's gonna be higher. And what's gonna happen? That means that the engine's gonna stay cooler. Now, a lot of people don't know, but the FD was actually intended to run hot, and that was because of emissions, but that impacts reliability and it really hurts the 13B. So what we're going to do is we're going to install this FC thermal switch. We're going to make sure that our fans kick on high whenever we reach that temperature point that it triggers it, and we're going to keep our engine cooler. All right, let's get started. Quick reminder is to disconnect the battery. We're going to go ahead and remove the negative terminal and go from there. Now the next step is to remove the air box, but we already did a video how to remove the air filter. So if you want to know how to remove the air filter and part of the air box, watch that video. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and skip straight to the work that it takes to take out the sensor and install it. But if you need reference how to remove the air box, watch our video. This is a picture of it and the link will be in the description. So we're gonna be removing 2 things. We're gonna be removing this pipe right here, this rubber hose pipe, and also this one right here. So the sensor is gonna be back here, and the approach is we're gonna remove this because we're gonna have to access the belts. We're gonna remove this pipe and we're gonna remove the air pump. So let's go ahead and get started. This would be a good time to replace this coupling right here. This is one of the most infamous couplings, and mine is already replaced, but I thought I'd show you the coupling that typically you want to get taken care of. So one of the things I did is that we needed to get the belt off of the air pump, and I don't want to go back and find the correct belt deflection. So I went ahead and I marked where my bolt is at on the adjuster on the alternator, and I'm going to loosen the alternator and get this belt off. But I wanted to show you with a permanent marker, I actually made a mark on it so I know where it was coming off. All right, so the way adjuster bolts go is it's a 2-bolt system. So you loosen your adjuster bolt, right? And that's kind of what holds it. But this bolt up here is actually the one that does most of the work. And adjuster bolts work just the way that they work. Once you loosen them up, things are gonna get loose. All right, so when you get to the last part of the air box, you're gonna remove this. And in the manual, it states you need to remove the air pump. And the way that you do that is you have a bolt right here, and then you have a bolt right there, a connector right here, and a hose, and that comes off. So the service manual talks about removing the air pump and removing the air box, but the actual sensor is more closer to the alternator. So I removed the alternator. And again, I am testing everything out to show you guys. And to be honest with you, I was able to get the sensor loose through the alternator side, but it is horribly positioned. It is really, really bad, and I don't know why they would do that. So let's show you. So you've got this assembly right here, which is where your water pump is at, your thermostat, and back here is your temperature sensor right here with the green plug. And these plugs are they're just disintegrating. And right behind it is the actual sensor that we need to replace. And to be honest with you, the way that it was designed, it was almost like as if they didn't want you to get a wrench on it. So what I did is I got a swivel wrench, and on top of that 17 millimeter. And with my 17, I reached in and I positioned myself as best as I can like this, and then I was able to get it loose. And right now on camera, I am gonna take it out so you guys could see it. It is turning, but this job is definitely not a good one. So a lot of coolant's gonna come out. So I've got some paper towels underneath here, but coolant should just gush out if I'm correct. And it is. And I hate coolant, so it is coming out like Gold Rush. And then I'm gonna slowly start putting in my new one. And I've got it in. I'm using my left hand, and it's starting to screw in. And that's it, guys. The thermal sensor is installed and the upgrade / modification is complete. Well, thank you for watching this video. We appreciate it. Please make sure to look at our RX-7 playlist. We have a lot of DIY videos and a lot of other great videos to watch. All right, guys, you stay safe, take care, and we'll talk to you soon.